where Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appeared. He is inaugurating the India AI Summit 2026 there. That's day one. Take a look. All right, and that's Prime Minister Narendra Modi there at the India AI Summit 2026. He will be launching the AI India Expo there. Of course, there will be pavilions from 13 different countries. And early in the day, Prime Minister Modi welcomed the global leaders to the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. We're getting you the live visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi there at the Bharat Mandapam. He's perhaps looking at all the AI innovations that India will be showcasing to the world in the week-long summit, which is kicked off today, wherein there will be world leaders, captains of industry, innovators, policymakers, and researchers. This is, of course, India is only the fourth country to host the India AI Impact Summit after UK, US, and South Korea. And this is Prime Minister Narendra Modi opening the mega AI summit. He, of course, told how the summit will bring the world leaders together to discuss AI and how India has been positioned at the cusp of AI revolution. It will not just help India, but also the other countries. At this point of time, the AI Summit is themed Sarvajana Hitai Sarvajana Sukhai, which means welfare for all, happiness for all. And we are showing you the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has just inaugurated the India AI Summit in Bharat Mandapam. The theme of the summit reflects India's commitment to harnessing AI for human-centric progress and inclusive development. There you can see how Prime Minister Narendra Modi is looking at all the robots, the AI revolution that India will showcase to the world in the next 7 days, because we do know that there will be heads of at least 20 nations here in New Delhi who will be witnessing India's AI prowess and how India's AI revolution, and is also the only country in Global South to do such a huge India AI Summit. 3,000 speakers, 500 sessions, global heads from 20 plus nations. It's a dynamic 6-day summit which has started here in New Delhi. We have the French President Emmanuel Macron, who will also be reaching New Delhi tomorrow. There will be attendees from various countries. This is India's AI push. Prime Minister Modi there, seeing the different pavilions which have been put, how India's AI power is being showcased to the world right now. We will also have pavilions from various different countries and the corporate bigwigs, all bestowing here in India's national capital, New Delhi, as India hosts the AI Impact Summit at Bharat Mandapam. Well, earlier today, Prime Minister Modi also said that AI is transforming several sectors, including healthcare, education, agriculture, governance, and enterprise. I will just read out the tweet that Prime Minister Modi laid out before he inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026. Prime Minister Modi said that India hosts the AI Impact Summit at Bharat Mandapam, and he welcomed the world leaders, the captain of industry and innovators and researchers and tech enthusiasts from across the world for the summit. AI is, of course, transforming several sectors, including healthcare, education, agriculture. And with this summit, New Delhi is positioned at the cusp of transformation, because India is perhaps the only fourth country to host such a huge AI summit. That's Prime Minister Modi, along with all the delegation there at Bharat Mandapam. My colleague Himanshu is now joining me live on the phone line. Himanshu, Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated the AI India Impact 2026 Summit. Of course, the world's eye is on New Delhi, because India is only the fourth country to host such a huge mega summit, with global bigwigs and the heads of nations reaching New Delhi for the week-long summit, Himanshu.
That's right. India is the first country in the Global South to host such a global AI summit. And as you rightly said, the heads of state and heads of government from more than 20 countries, senior ministers from 45 countries, and delegates from around 100 countries have arrived in Delhi to take part in this global event, which will showcase India's strength in the AI technology, and also showcase the prowess India has actually achieved in terms of scaling up the use of AI for public good. And that is the one big message India will communicate to the world through this India AI Impact Summit. Now, what has happened today is that Prime Minister actually has inaugurated the India AI Impact Expo. This expo will run for 5 days, and hundreds of companies.
Right, Himanshu. Of course, that was my colleague Himanshu telling us that what the key event which happened today was Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurating the India AI Impact Summit 2026. Of course, this is a major 5-day global event which started off today, and we are showing you the visuals of Prime Minister Modi along with the other delegations there at Bharat Mandapam, looking at all the new innovations that India has to offer to the world. Because remember, India is the only 4th country to host such an event, and this summit will position India as a key player in the global AI landscape because India will showcase AI not just for public good and healthcare but also governance. We have various participation from at least 100 countries. There will be pavilions from different countries who will be hosting the pavilions here at the Bharat Mandapam. The discussions will focus on AI in healthcare, agriculture, education and governance. And with Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurating today, these are the visuals of the inauguration that Prime Minister Modi took just a few moments ago of the AI Impact Summit 2026, and how India is now positioned at the cusp of AI revolution right now, because this is India's AI era and all eyes are on New Delhi because India is at the heart of AI age. Prime Minister Modi earlier also emphasized that India is building capacity to become a global data center with capacity expected to cross 1.7 gigawatts in 2026. All right, while we will get you the key highlights of all that's happening at the Bharat Mandapam as we speak, Prime Minister Modi has inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026. We're getting the live visuals, but right now, take a look at this report from Tejshri, who is perhaps showing us how New Delhi is prepared to host global leaders from around the world and all the preparations which are underway as the first day of the 5-day-long India AI Impact Summit 2026 has kicked off. We're showing you the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who just a short while ago has inaugurated the 5-day AI Impact Summit in Bharat Mandapam. He has opened the mega AI summit here in New Delhi, with which India will now host 20-plus world leaders, heads of nations of 30-plus countries, and also various other leaders who have arrived here in New Delhi for the AI Impact Summit 2026. Remember, India is only the 4th country to host such a huge summit and the only country in the global south. There we can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with the people who are working on the AI India Impact Summit 2026, perhaps seeing how India has emerged as an AI global hub in global south. There were a short while ago, we also had various leaders saying that this is good time for India to define its AI role. And India right now has increasingly positioned itself as a key destination for AI expansion with Alphabet's Google, Microsoft and Amazon. Well, I have with us my colleague Ayush Alavadi, who's joining me live from Bharat Mandapam. Ayush, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the 5-day AI Impact Summit 2026. Tell us what's happening right now and what can we look out for in this 5-day-long India AI Impact Summit, Ayush?
It's a monumental moment. I'm not too far away from Bharat Mandapam now. Traffic jams galore all around. We stop. You can feel the buzz and excitement in the air. This is all about really India's AI moment. When we talk about global South leadership, this is it. It's the first major international AI summit being hosted in the global South, right? There's a big AI divide that everyone's talking about. AI for the world and AI for the rest of us. This is probably the start of something special. Of course, there's a major focus on the 3 sutras over here: people, planet, and progress. And you see, like you were mentioning earlier, in terms of some of the biggest tech companies around the world, while it has been flagged off today, On the 19th and the 20th is when we'll see some of the biggest delegations from around the world. OpenAI, Sam Altman, Google, Sundar Pichai, Microsoft. And a lot of these names, by the way, will also be present at the NDTV India AI Summit on Feb 18, the ideal precursor, the thinking room for AI, because the conversation will be about governance and safety. How can this innovation be inclusive? And of course, what are the practical real world applications when it comes to AI? It's not just AI in theory, it's going to be AI in practice henceforth. And it all starts here from Bharat Mandapam.
Absolutely, Ayush. I also have with us our managing editor, Shiv Arur. Shiv, all eyes right now on India as the AI summit will perhaps enrich global discourse, and the outcomes will not just shape India's future, but also that of the world.
It will indeed, Rahesha, and one cannot downplay even slightly the importance of this week. There is a perception across the world that the AI race is currently being fought between the United States and China, and that India has, in some ways, not really caught on in terms of some of the core AI technologies that are fueling the current AI boom. Nothing could be further from the truth, because apart from the larger, more complex world of chatbots and large language models, India has been doing cutting-edge AI research, which can clearly be seen, not just in these images of the Prime Minister, meeting with startup founders at the expo, at the Bharat Mandapam, but also the fact that the lineup that's there at the India AI Impact Summit that begins today is the very cutting edge, the very state of the art of where India actually plugs into the global AI supply chain. Whether it is semiconductors, whether it is algorithms, whether it is large language models, whether it is how India can take existing models and fine-tune them for very, very specific global problem-solving tasks. India is very much at the forefront. And remember, data, the huge wealth of information that exists in India, the fact that India already has an incredible digital and IT backbone, has all the pieces necessary to plug into that big AI supply chain, means that this summit is going to be really, really big. We've got the French president landing later tonight. You've got the who's who of the AI world, from Sam Altman to Sundar Pichai. Jensen Huang of NVIDIA unfortunately couldn't make it, but he's got his people attending the summit as well, including to the NDTV summit as well on the 18th of this month. So it's going to be not just an exhibition, not just a talk shop. This is where the people pretty much inventing and engineering the next phase of global technology are going to be pretty much in one place over a span of 5 days, deciding on what that future roadmap is going to be and what part India is going to be playing in that. It doesn't get more exciting than this, Rahesha.
Right.